Wayne Memorial High School and your Winchester Red and Black. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for tonight's competition. The MIAA, Middlesex League, and Winchester High School encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We encourage your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, and/or sexual comments, or other intimidating actions directed at any of the above parties will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site competition. We appreciate your cooperation and best behavior. Also, a quick note tonight that the cheerleaders are collecting donations from the Dana-Farber for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They'll be walking through the stand, selling pink rally towels, and collecting donations. Your support is greatly appreciated. And please don't forget your concession stand. It does support Winchester Friends of Music. So please help support. Captains for Winchester is Ben Wilson, Harry Lowenstein, and Jack Santorelli. Winchester has won the toss and deferred. Our great nation has preserved through the leadership and sacrifices of the men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. Winchester would like to thank both veterans and current military personnel for their service. Thank you. Now, if you're able, please stand, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Kieran Coors at the kickoff for Winchester. That's that. Winchester ball! Centurelli and Doucette in the backfield for Winchester. Centurelli on the keeper for Winchester. It's a 4-yard run for Centurelli. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the red and black. Doucette on the keeper for Winchester. Michael Boudiette on the tackle for Reading. O'Connell's pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down for the red and black. Pass was intended for Ben Wilson. That kick is good. It was a 53-yard field goal for Core. Back deep for Reading, Jack Boney and Zach Labriola. course set to kick off. Labiolo on return. Sam Kinzicki on the tackle for Winchester. Labiolo on the carry. Jake Tempesta on the tackle for Winchester. Jack Gorney on the carry for Reading. Tackle made by Brian Harrison from Winchester. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Rockets. Flag on the play. It's 4th down. It's 4th down. So it's the ball placed at the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3 for Reading.
Hello. Hello.
Good, Andrew.
Ronan O'Connell on the last face mask against Reading.
Good, Roll. Good, good.
Jack Borney in that last carry for Reading. Going to bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Rockets. Check that. Encroachment against Reading. Second down and 3 for the Red and Black. O'Connell's pass is complete to Wilson for a first down. O'Connell on the carry for Winchester. Stanford on that last tackle for Reading. DePrimo on that last carry for Winchester. Third down and 2 for the red and black. Centurelli on the first down carry for Winchester. Centurelli on the carry for Winchester. Jack Boney on the tackle for Reading. Second down and goal for the red and black. O'Connell on the carry for Winchester. Palmer on that last tackle for Reading. Third and goal for the red and black. Touchdown, Winchester! Centurelli on that touchdown run for Winchester. Extra point is good. 10-0 Winchester. You set on the tackle for Winchester. Jack Murphy's pass is incomplete. The pass is intended for Brady Comenos. Flag in the play. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Rockets. Winchester will take over on the 29-yard line.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, what? This? No, this. Oh, this is.
Touchdown, Winchester! Jack Sectorelli on the touchdown run. That is a 29-yard touchdown run for Jack Sectorelli. Extra point is no good. 16-0 Winchester. Labriola and Jack Boney back deep for Reading. First down, Reading. Labriola on that first down run for Reading. George Nelson on that last tackle for Winchester. That's the end of the first quarter. John on that last carry for Reading. Varsity, sorry. Varsity on that last run for Reading, and that'll be good for a first down. Varsity slips on the play. It's going to bring up third down and 13 for the Rockets. Sorry, second down. Murphy's pass is complete to Bobby Morris for a first down. Jack Boney on the carry for Reading. Shea Healy on the tackle for Winchester. Second down and 5 for the Rockets. Jack Boney on the carry. Harrison on that last tackle for Winchester. Third down and 5 for the Rockets. Murphy on the keeper for Winchester. For Reading, excuse me. Alex Mills on that last tackle for Winchester. That is good for a Reading first down. Varsity on the carry for Reading. Second down and 1 for the Rockets.
Second down and 1 for the Rockets of Reading. Varsity's been burning the red and black defense on this drive.
Yeah, Reading's, you got to get in the end zone here, down 16-0 early.
He struggled in that first quarter with that fumble, making a comeback. Now Murphy from the I formation. Here's Bursey again. Bounced off a tackle. He's dragged by half the Winchester lineup, but he's got the first down. First down and goal for Reading.
He ran into his own lineman, but nice cutback there by Bursey, able to get him down to about the 1 yard line here.
Under 6 minutes to go. Reading still down 2 scores, 16-0. been steadily moving the ball on this drive, which they haven't been able to do so far this game. Drive started well deep in their own territory. They've just been churning out yardage. Here's Bursey again, and Bursey's into the end zone. Touchdown, Reading.
Devon Bursey on the carry for Reading.
A nice hole opened up there for Bursey, able to walk into the end zone. That's huge touchdown for Reading, hoping to cut the lead in half here, middle of the second quarter.
And they call a timeout before the 2-point conversion, which they will smartly go for here to cut it to a one-score game. With how they've been running this drive, I wouldn't be surprised if they just fed it to Bursey again.
Yeah, no, the run games look great this drive. I mean, early in the game, couple of errors, fumbles. Just getting stopped early, but this drive, they've looked great.
Bursey, despite that slow start, continuing his great form from last week. Last week, 19 carries, 91 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So if they had high school fantasy football, you'd really want him on your team. And Andrew Jack Vaughney, even though he had only 7 carries last week, 43 yards and 2 touchdowns, so don't count him out too.
Yeah, he's definitely a threat for them on the goal line. It looks like he's going out there now.
Murphy also could be a running threat as well. He had one 20-yard run on that drive. So Jack Vaughney is the back in for Reading. They run trips right without Jake Palm, who's out tonight with an injury. Murphy rolling to his right. He's going to run for it, and no one's going to get him. He's in. So 2-point conversion for Reading. That got it to a one-score game. Murphy does it on his own feet.
Yeah, we saw them run that against Woburn, you know, the rollout to the right, looking for receivers. In this case, he can just run it himself, and massive for Reading to get that 2-point conversion. They have life here, middle of the second quarter.
That line doing a great job once again. Reading's line is really big. They got that size advantage on Winchester, and they held them down like it was nothing.
Yeah, Winchester's looking to respond here. They've had put together great drives all night, especially Centerelli on the ground. Hopefully they can punch another one in here.
Reading's really struggled with the turnovers. There was nearly that second fumble as well. And without your starting punter, because Jake Palm doubles as a punter, the punts have been not as great as they usually are.
Yeah, Winchester's had great field position to start some of their drives, which is some key for them building a big lead here.
So kicking off for the first time tonight is Austin McCloskey, Jr. for Reading Memorial. The kick is up, and it's pretty deep for a starting kicker that hasn't started before. At the 10-yard line, Nelson returns. Nelson gets through some blockers, and he's down to the 37-yard line where Winchester will take over with 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Took a big hit there at the end,
Nelson
but
run back to Winchester. Winchester will take over on the 36-yard line.
36-yard line's great field position for Winchester here.
So they've been rotating the quarterbacks so far. We've seen some O'Connell, we've seen some Lowenstein, we've seen some Centerelli. And if you're Reading, you know if Centerelli's out there, it's a run. But with O'Connell and Lowenstein, you don't know. And it looks like Lowenstein's going to be the QB now. O'Connell will stay on the sideline. Most likely he's dealing with some sort of injury, which he was dealing with the last few weeks. A couple of weeks ago, he sprained an AC joint. Lowenstein, pitch it. It's Yanni DePrimio on the carry. And DePrimio gets about 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, that's a hard run right there. And Reading made contact with them right around the line of scrimmage, but able to power through.
DePrimio on that carry for Winchester.
DePrimio in relief for Doucette. Doucette's been the main back tonight. He usually is, but DePrimio does often come in.
He's a nice change of pace for them.
2nd and 4, under 4.5 to go. Lowenstein. Another toss to DePrimio, an identical play, but DePrimio stays on his feet, and he gets near the first down line. A great play by DePrimio.
Yeah, again, contact by Reading in the backfield, but unable to bring him down, and big third down here.
Yeah, so they'll mark it just about a yard short.
That's good for a first down.
Now they'll switch up and call it a Winchester first down, it looks like. The refs have been a bit shaky all night, especially with that early confused call that nearly delayed 10 minutes of the game time on what was unnecessary roughness on Winchester. It was Edwards.
It's a 4-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen.
And they'll call a 4-minute warning here, which is not something we're used to. Usually, you'll see in like the NFL, they call a 2-minute warning. But in college football or high school, you usually don't have warnings.
No. This run game for Winchester, and with Centerelli coming out, we expect to see that again. It's been absolutely massive for them. The Reading line looks big and dominant, but Winchester's had the advantage in the trenches so far.
Yeah, Nelson in the passing game has been quiet so far. He's had one target, which was that deep shot to the end zone. Centerelli rolling to his right. He's got a couple. Brings up second down.
Yeah, those quarterback keepers have been huge for them. I mean, they're picking up 5-6 yards on him every time, giving them great down and distances.
And seeing how O'Connell's still on the sidelines, you'd expect them to mostly run from here. The only real big passing plays were a couple of screens to Wilson, going to play Division III football next year at Hamilton College down in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, one thing that stands out to me, we haven't seen Doucette at all in this drive, and he's really their main threat on offense, but looking to give him a break, I guess.
Centerelli keeps. Runs into the line, gets about 4, and that'll bring up third down and about 1.
Cinderelli in that carry for Winchester. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 to the red and black.
I'd be shocked if we didn't see a quarterback sneak here. Centerelli's been able to pick up yards. Why not go back to it?
And now it looks like Brian Harrison's checking in on offense as a blocker. He primarily gets defensive snaps as a linebacker. You don't see him out on the offense too much. There must be some other injury there. Here's DePrimio. He's fighting for yardage, and he's got the first down.
First down, Winchester.
2 minutes to go in the half.
Big first down there for Winchester, able to keep the drive going, hoping to put some points on the board.
DePrimio on that first down run for Winchester.
DePrimio's a physical runner, runs right through the contact there and able to get a first down.
Centerelli will remain the quarterback. Both Lowenstein and O'Connell will anxiously watch from the sideline. Centerelli drops back to pass, and he gets sacked back at the 49-yard line. Michael Budietti.
Centerelli is brought down by Budietti for Reading.
I mean, that's the first time we've really seen the pass tonight for Winchester, but Reading was ready for it.
And that was from his blind side, so he didn't have a clue.
Yeah, he came screaming off the edge.
Budietti had a forced fumble last week in Reading's win against Arlington, so he's been a key linebacker for this defensive front for Reading. Also gets involved in the offense from time to time as a tight end. O'Connell on the pitch to Doucette. Doucette gets around the outside to the sideline. He's got the first down.
For Winchester.
So they gain all the yardage back. Although that will bring up third down.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the red and black.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of a risky play call there on 2nd down and long, but nice run gives Winchester
So they
a
call
very
it,
manageable 3rd down.
call a timeout with 1:06 to go to, I assume, to stop the clock and rethink this play over. They still have Core to kick, and he had that record-setting kick earlier in the game, that 53-yard bomb. So I won't be surprised if he comes out to try something similar. Although, on that kickoff after that, he seemed to be clutching his hamstring with some sort of injury. He's warming up to kick right now in the background. So it looks like he will be able to kick.
Yeah, if you're Winchester, you'd be ecstatic getting a score here and going into half up 2 scores against Reading, who's historically had your number.
Yeah, Winchester hasn't won since, what year, 2017? That was a close game in itself. Reading, one of the stronger programs in the Middlesex. They've been the most dominant in the last couple of years, although now Woburn is on the rise, and Woburn is currently the best team in the Middlesex. 2 weeks ago, Woburn defeated Reading 30-14. Although Reading's 1-4 in the year, it's a strong team, strong program. Can't ever count them out.
Yeah, we see O'Connell and Doucette here out of the timeout.
O'Connell will drop back. He's looking for Nelson on the sideline, and he just overthrows him.
McConnell's pass.
If he hit him there, he was gone. He had a touchdown.
Yeah, Nelson had him one-on-one on the outside, beat his man. Unfortunately, it's still a little overthrown.
So Core will walk out onto the field, and now the coaches will talk it over. I'd say it's about a 55-yard, or just about the same as earlier, but it's very long.
Yeah, it's a huge decision here because if on a miss, you're giving Reading great field position. So Winchester has a lot of confidence in Core.
54-yard attempt.
Yeah.
Santarelli's the holder. Keogh, long snapper, being recruited at the Division I level for UNH. Core, committed to Harvard next year. #1 kicker in the nation. He just broke his record earlier. He just broke the school record. Can he do it again? Twice in the same night from 50 plus. And Reading moved.
Oh.
The kick is blocked.
Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up!
Winchester a fall on it.
Let's go, Brady!
Field goal was no
There
good.
was some movement on that defensive line. I don't know if you saw that, but that's the second block kick from Reading. They had that block on the extra point earlier, which is why it's only 16-0, and now Reading has great field position.
Reading special teams unit has been really pretty good tonight. Blocking 2 kicks, that's huge. Keep points off the board for
Field
Winchester.
goal was blocked by
And now
Ryan
you're
Fitzgerald
giving yourself a
Reading.
chance to score going into the half and cut that lead down.
So the block will be credited to Ryan Fitzgerald, special teamer for Reading. Now Murphy's back out there. 52 seconds to go. With their starting kicker out as well, you wouldn't expect Reading to try to go for a kick here, so they got to get about 52 yards.
Oh,
And we get
We got-
flags flying.
a jump there from Winchester, number 72.
So that'll bring up 1st and 5 for Reading. Even better field
Offside, first down and 5 for Reading.
Murphy. Savio's in as a fullback. Bursey's in the backfield with them. Although with 50 seconds, I doubt they're running. Now in motion. It's a jet sweep. And he's got the first
Jack
down.
Varney on the carry.
There's-
First down carry for Reading.
Andrew Jack Vaughney on that carry.
Yeah, nice little play call there from Reading. Number 19 was able to set the edge on the block. It's Brady Comios. And able to pick up a first down and march them a little bit closer to scoring here.
Knocked out of bounds
Comanos
by
is the
Cedric
leading
Edwards.
receiver coming in this night for the Reading offense. There he serves as a blocker for Jack Vaughney. And here's Jack Vaughney again on the jet sweep. Makes an inside cut. He gets about 5 yards. Clock runs, and Reading will call a timeout to start the clock. 40 seconds to go.
Varney on the carry.
Jack Vaughney usually runs in as an RB2, but
Rogan Salvini on that
now
ball
he's
tackle for
coming in as a
Winchester.
wideout with
Timeout
the
Reading.
injury to Palm.
Here with 40 seconds left in the second quarter, you'd expect to see a little bit more of Reading's pass game. It's going to be key here. You know, you wouldn't really expect the run game with this amount of time left, so Winchester's got to be ready for that.
Yeah, like I said, Jack Murphy, the quarterback, he's got those genes in him. His older brother currently playing Division I college football at Brown as a quarterback. Murphy taking the reins from his older brother. And he's done a good job so far, even if it hasn't shown tonight or in the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, tonight Reading's just kind of dealt some tough luck, you know. High snap, that really kills the drive. Fumbles, kill the drive, gives Winchester great field position to put points on the board. So this game's been very competitive.
Bursey's in the backfield with Murphy again. They got 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Play action. Murphy rolls to his right. He's looking deep. He's got Comanos. Comanos gets out of bounds at the 1 yard line.
First down, Reading.
Yeah, I think
Under the 1 yard line.
that play action there from Reading really just froze Winchester there for a little bit. Comanos is able to sneak behind the defense, and really a beautiful ball from Murphy, able to give his guy a chance down to the 1 yard line here, looking to punch it in.
31 seconds to go. Clock stops as he went out of bounds. So Reading is really free. They have 4 shots to the end zone. They can run whatever play they want. They'll give it to Bursey again, and Bursey's into the end zone. Touchdown, Reading. That's Bursey's second of the night.
Touchdown,
And
Reading. Bursey on the touchdown run.
Continues from last week. 5 touchdowns in 2 weeks for Devon Bursey.
I mean, starting in a hole 16-0, this has been an incredible response from Reading, who's now looking to go into the half tied. I mean, just an absolute flip of the switch here in the second quarter. It's been all Reading.
Now they'll go for 2 with 30 seconds to go to tie the game. Down by 2, 16-14. After that explosive first quarter for Winchester, it's been silent since then. The offense has started to struggle a little. They've been moving the wall, but not able to convert on the points. And the defense is starting to give up a little.
I mean, we've seen Winchester getting a little bit lucky from some really great field positions, which they've converted on, but we have yet to see them really put together a big-time drive.
Like we mentioned earlier, Reading's offensive line is massive, and they played a key role in giving Murphy time and giving the running back space. So once again, Bursey will stay off for the 2-point conversion. Jack Vaughney in the backfield for Reading.
Looks like we got that same formation we got on the last 2-point conversion.
Murphy, he's going to roll to his right again. Looking to run it. He's got it. Oh! He's got it, but he took a big hit on the goal line there.
I think we know what kind of plays we're going to be getting from Reading on those 2-point conversions. The rollout to the right. Again, looking for receivers. Good coverage by Winchester, but when you're that close to the goal line, Murphy just muscles his way in, and we got a tie ball game.
At that point, it almost becomes like an option.
Yeah.
Except with your wideouts.
George Nelson looks to be a little bit shaken up on the play. Coach is out to talk to him.
Reading away students here making some noise. First time all season we've had an away student section. Of course, both student sections wearing pink tonight for the fundraiser earlier. McCloskey's back out there to kick for the Rockets.
Yeah, this kickoff's huge because if Winchester can get a nice little return, maybe they get themselves into field goal range. Otherwise, they might be better off just kneeling it out and taking it into half with a tie ball game.
Yeah, Winchester gets the ball to start the second half. And the kick is short. Picked up at the 30-yard line, but he's not going to get anywhere. Bobby Morris not allowing him to get any room.
Yeah, short kick there. Reading just rallies the ball and able to prevent a little bit of a disaster. When you're catching the kick at the 35-yard line, there's definitely a chance to pick up some major yardage, but none there for Winchester.
I think it was Ted Budreski who caught that ball for the Red and Black. So 24 seconds to go. I think they still have 2 timeouts. Lowenstein is out there. O'Connell will stay off the field.
With the 2 timeouts, maybe you try to hit a couple quick slants over the middle or some out-breaking routes and get yourself in a position to score.
So Set, the running back, will line up on the far sideline as a receiver. Empty backfield for Lowenstein. Lowenstein across the middle. It's caught by Nelson for the first down at the 45-yard line, and they call a timeout right away.
A nice grab there by Nelson on the sliding catch. Hopefully give Winchester a little bit of momentum as they hope to advance the ball here.
They got 18 seconds to go. You got to get a little bit more yardage than that. You only got 1 more timeout, so you can only afford to throw across the middle 1 more time. You got to really start looking for those sidelines.
Yeah, I think at this point you're about 20, 25 yards away from your kicker's field goal range, so hopefully 2 big chunk plays here. Get them in a position.
Keep looking at Nelson. Nelson's been their #1 receiver all year. He has 4 touchdowns on the year, although only 2 of those are on offense. He has 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, hell of an athlete. Explosive player.
Went to track nationals last year. He really has a lot of speed. Don't count out Wilson. number 4, who was Lowenstein's favorite target last year. Well, Wilson was Lowenstein's favorite target. This year, O'Connell's favorite target has been Nelson. Last
Looks
week,
like we'll see the 5 wide here again. Again, pass for Winchester.
Nelson had a 35-yard passing touchdown, or reception touchdown last week. Here he is across the middle again. There's Nelson, who gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. 12 seconds to go, and they call another timeout.
Great play design there for Winchester. They're lining up Nelson in the slot on the right-hand side.
Pass is complete.
This basically a slant.
George Nelson, that is good for first
You got a
down.
one-on-one matchup. Nelson against the Reading corner, and Nelson's able to beat him inside again, up to about the 37-yard line. So hopefully, within a play or two here, you'll be able to get into field goal range.
Yeah, Nelson's only been targeted twice or 3 times tonight. One deep ball, and those 2 passes right there is only targets, but he's hauled it in when he can.
Yeah, I think if you're Winchester, especially in the second half, Reading's seen the run game, but they haven't really seen your pass game. So I expect Nelson and Ben Wilson to be incorporated into the offense a little bit more as they provide a little bit of a spark versus the run game.
So O'Connell will stay on the sideline. Lowenstein once again empty backfield, 12 seconds. Now they have no timeouts left, I believe. McCabe in motion. Lowenstein looking for Wilson. He chucks the ball for Wilson. It's out of bounds, 8 seconds to go. And on comes the field goal unit. Once again to try a really long field goal.
Yeah, just a great play there by Lowenstein. Under pressure with 8 seconds left, no timeouts. The one thing you can't do is take a sack. So he's able to get that ball out and throw it away and at least give Winchester a chance to go into halftime with the lead.
So looks like it's another 54-yarder.
Yeah.
It's right in between 53 and 54. Reading blocked the last one. Kieran made the first one.
Reading has been showing motion in that front, trying to throw Winchester off. Hopefully Winchester can adjust here.
For the record again. Kick is up. It's long enough.
Oh.
And it's just wide left. So 3 seconds to go. 3 50-yard field goal attempts for Kieran Core. One's wide, one's blocked, but he made one.
Coach Debowski's furious about something here.
So Murphy will come on with 3 seconds to go. Either they kneel it to go into the half, or they throw a Hail Mary in it, and it looks like they're going to kneel it.
Yeah, I would expect to kneel. You want to play conservative. You don't want to give Winchester any chances here to possibly run something back, especially with the athletes in their secondary.
So Murphy will take a knee, and that brings up halftime here on WinCam. My name is Nikhil Karthikeyan. Alongside me, Jonathan Christmas. And join us back in a couple of minutes for the start of the second half here on WinCam.
We're coming around collecting donations for the Dana-Farber. So the cheerleaders are collecting donations for the Dana-Farber for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They'll be walking through the stands, selling pink rally towels, and collecting donations. Winchester set to receive in the second half. McCloskey to kick off for Reading.
Reading was really able to turn around in that second quarter, put together 2 great drives, and able to tie up the score here going into the third.
Right now? Okay.
Doucette on the return for Winchester. Winchester will
So
take over
Doucette was on the
40-yard
return
line.
there, down to the 40-yard line. So that's where Winchester will start on offense in their first drive of the second half to respond to that late Reading touchdown drive from a second ago.
I think here in the second half, you'd really look for Winchester to open up some of that passing game. It's been a lot of run, but they had success late in that half with the passing game. So I think if you could open up the passing game, it gives you more opportunities all over the field, get the ball to playmakers, and hopefully put some points on Reading here early.
Sophomore Roden O'Connell back out taking the snap. It's an end around for Nelson. Nelson's got some speed. He's still going. Down to the 35-yard line is George Nelson.
A nice play call there by Winchester. Give him that little fake handoff.
First down.
I think it fooled just about everybody. And then once you get Nelson's speed on the outside, he's going to be able to beat just about anybody. And instantly, Winchester has great field position.
26-yard run for Winchester.
From the 35-yard line, O'Connell will take it empty backfield. He has extra blockers. O'Connell on a keeper.
O'Connell on the carry for
down to the
Winchester.
31-yard line. Not much given to him.
Cominos on the tackle for
Makes the
Reading.
best of the space that is given. There's that dominant Reading line again.
Second down and 7 for the Red and Black.
Winchester's strong suit this season has been their run game. Like, one great stat that tells that perfectly, last week in their win against Melrose, they had 49 yards of passing, which is very low. 160 yards of rushing, which is pretty good. And Centerelli has the 2 touchdowns tonight. Here's Doucette on the handoff. Doucette
Doucette on the
by that
carry.
Reading line again. Breaking through is Andrew Jack Vaughney.
Yeah, unfortunately, Centerelli,
Josh
who's going to
Robichaud on the
be
tackle
the
for
lead
Reading.
blocker on that
He's gonna
play,
pick up
just
third down and
slipped.
7 for the
So
Red and Black.
just an unfortunate situation there for Winchester, but they got a chance here on third down to keep the drive moving.
Now Centerelli will check off. He has an interesting role in the team. He plays a lot of positions. He plays tight end, plays running back, plays quarterback. Just uses his athleticism, his physicality, one of the bigger guys on the team.
Punch, punch, punch! Press the point! Press the point! 50, get outside!
O'Connell rolling to his right on a design run. And he gets 2 yards.
O'Connell on the
Fourth and
keeper for
5.
Winchester.
That's a strange call. You don't normally see
Fourth down and 5
quarterback
for the Red
run
and Black.
on 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think when you see that run on third down, it kind of shows you that they're going to go for it here on 4th.
And they will.
Yeah.
So Core will not be ready to kick this after that miss a minute ago from a similar distance from around 50.
Yeah, you got a 4 receiver set here for Winchester, which you do not see often. I think we're definitely getting a throw here.
O'Connell drops back. He's looking deep. He's got Nelson into the end zone. Touchdown, Winchester.
O'Connell's pass is complete. George Nelson on that touchdown reception.
Yeah, I mean, George Nelson, heck of a catch right there. Able to get to the outside. And once he's outside, his speed wins. And nice ball by O'Connell. He went up and got it. And a big drive for Winchester to start the third quarter. Go up on Reading.
Second week in a row with a 30-plus yard reception touchdown for Nelson. That's his 5th touchdown in 5 weeks.
The extra point is good.
The only game this year where he didn't have a touchdown.
Yeah, he's been a much-needed playmaker for them. I think in the previous years, we haven't really seen that out of Winchester, but He brings some speed to the edge and someone who can break off a big play at any moment.
So it's good to see that Core's back out there kicking that extra point, especially after the first half when it looked like he had suffered some sort of injury, but he's all good. He'll kick off for Winchester now. 2 return men deep for Reading. Labriola on the right, and it looks like, I think it's, no, it's Andrew Jack Vaughney on the left. Most of the kicks are not returnable from Kieran Core. Usually kicks them out of the back of the end zone. He'll probably do the same here. Oh, and he slips again. Not going to be returned. He's limping again. He's holding that hamstring. That's not good.
Luckily, Winchester's still able to get the touchback here, but we hope Core is okay on that kick.
So it'll be interesting to see Reading here. They had momentum going into this half, on offense at least. They were really just starting to find their rhythm, move that ball. A couple of good passing plays and a lot of runs. Bursey and Murphy even with a couple of himself, but Bursey will start on the sideline and Jack Vaughney will be the back for Reading. Low snap. Murphy will keep it himself. Tries to cut to the inside. Doucette
Murphy
says
on the
no.
carry for Reading.
Joined by half of his team.
Brought down by a host of
And
Winchester,
brings
led
up
by
second
Doucette.
down and long.
Yeah, Reading tries to do a little read option there, but Winchester really was not fooled. 3 or 4 members of Winchester rallied the ball and able to actually tackle him for a loss.
Chose to keep it himself, but had no room. Swallowed up for that line. Murphy has a screen. And Varsity all the way down and near the first down marker.
Yeah, I like that play call there from Reading.
Murphy
Winchester's
called
been
passes
aggressive,
complete.
trying to get in the backfield all night.
Income.
So when Murphy drops back, the Winchester rusher's coming at him. He's
Third
able to
down
just
and 1 for the Rockets.
kind of dump it over him for a little screen pass and pick up some big-time yards at least make it a manageable 3rd and 1 here
So
for Reading.
Bursey will come off again and Jack Vaughney's on. 3rd down and 1 for Reading. I know Bursey is still out there. Jack Vaughney's lined up as a
Yeah, we got a
fullback.
direct snap here.
Fakes the handoff, and he's blown up behind the line of scrimmage. A great defensive play made by the Red and Black.
Bursey on the carry for
There's
Reading.
number
Brought down by a host of
53.
Winchester.
Jake Tempesta
It's going to bring up
on
4th
the
down for the
defensive play.
Rockets.
4th down for Reading, and they'll punt.
Yeah, I mean, that direct snap is something that we saw a lot of in Reading's past games, and I think Winchester saw it too when they were watching the film. They were not fooled at all. 3 guys went right into the backfield and able to get Winchester's defense off the field, which is huge as you look to hopefully take a 2-score lead on Reading here early in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Reading had a Wildcat touchdown last week. And now no one will touch it, and Nelson will fall a little and tries to push him into the ball. So Winchester will start with the ball from the 33-yard line.
That was a nice punt there from Reading. You're able to flip fields. You know, you're down to your own 20-25 on 4th. And now you're putting the ball in Winchester's territory, which is huge as you hope to get your defense off the field and give your offense a chance to hopefully knot this game at 23.
So that's not good. Nelson is, looks like Nelson's hurt. He's gonna come off with the trainer. And if you're Winchester, that is the last thing you want right now, another injury.
Yeah, that's an absolutely massive loss.
It looks like to start the drive, Centerelli will, and now O'Connell joins him at the field. Centerelli and Doucette will stay in the backfield with O'Connell to his right. It's a handoff to Centarelli. Centarelli tries to break to the outside, and he gets a couple of yards out of nothing.
Cintarelli on the carry for Winchester.
Yeah, when you see the 3 men in the backfield there, especially with Centerelli and Doucette, I think Winchester's trying to
Like aboard the end on the
create a little
Reading.
bit of misdirection, definitely showing a run
Second
play,
down
but
and 6 for the red and black.
you don't know to who. It could be Centerelli, it could be Doucette, it could even be O'Connell on a keeper. So I think switching it up is going to be important for Winchester.
And now getting some snaps at wideout with Nelson's injuries, Ted Budreski, number 26. It's interesting. I haven't seen Ben Wilson since that first half, so Wilson could also be suffering some sort of injury right now. O'Connell on the keeper. He's got the first down and more.
O'Connell
Down
on the
the
run for
45-yard
Winchester,
line.
and that is good for a red and black first down.
Again, Winchester faking the run there, and then O'Connell ends up keeping it. Way to set the edge on that right side.
Beamer on that last tackle for Reading.
O'Connell some blockers to run behind there for a first down.
Doucette and Centerelli will stay in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left. For O'Connell, blitz is going to come from Reading. And
Cintarelli on the run for
Centerelli
Winchester.
quickly able to get it 3 yards.
Robichaud on the tackle for Reading.
Tackle made by the big man, Josh Robichaud, the senior. He's
That'll bring up
6'2",
second down and 7 for the
300
red and
pounds,
black.
which is huge for high school football. You don't see that kind of size that often.
I think he's definitely a difference maker in the inside. When you have someone that big, it's just going to be harder to run on them. And I think that's what Reading thinks too when they line him up in there with a lot of other big guys that they have.
Yeah, it's a big blocking task for center Ryan Azara, one of the few Middlesex All-Stars last year for Winchester. O'Connell now keeps.
O'Connell on the run
not
for
gonna get anything.
Winchester.
They'll bring up 3rd down and long.
I think Winchester's really just got to try to open up the field here. Those runs off the right side, Reading, they've seen them, and now they're adjusting to it.
So now, one good thing to see, Ben Wilson is back out on the field for Winchester.
3rd down and
But
7 for the red and black.
Nelson is still dealing with the trainer right now on the sideline. Hope that injury is not too serious. He's really been their star most of the season on offense. He has that touchdown, the only points of the second half so far. O'Connell, now DePremio will check into the game, wearing the pink sleeves, and someone jumped on Reading. No flag. Moved about a foot. That was Robichaud. And now they'll call a timeout to rethink this play. Tom Carr coming in at the last second of the play clock.
Winchester
4
timeout.
minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. You think that was a penalty?
Yeah, you know, it's tricky because a lot of times those guys, they jump over, but they jump back in time before Winchester touches him or there's some sort of reaction. And oftentimes if they get over and come back with really nothing from Winchester, they won't flag that. So I think it could go either way there.
349. Thank you.
So the last time they had a 3rd down and long, there was that interesting call with that quarterback run. And we saw that was just because they wanted to go for it on 4th down. And that 4th down was a thing of beauty, that long touchdown of Nelson. You don't have that safety valve with George Nelson at the moment, so.
Yeah, but I think there's still a possibility that we see that again here. I mean, when you're on the 50-yard line, Winchester's not going to be afraid to go for it on 4th down, especially if it's a short yard situation. So if Winchester can pick up a couple yards here.
Now, it's a screen pass to DePremio. DePremio has nowhere to go, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, a more conservative play call from
Quick pass to
Winchester,
DePremio.
which I understand.
Brady Kalmanos made that big stop
Going to
for
bring up 4th down for the red and black.
Reading. And so this is Killian O'Connor, who had 2 extra
Zach
points earlier
Labriola on back deep for Reading.
to relieve Core. And with O'Connor coming out to punt now, something might be up with Core.
Yeah, definitely. But I do think this punt is a smart decision by Winchester. You do not want to give Reading a chance to get the ball in Winchester territory.
And the punt is up, and it'll be relatively deep. Caught by Reading. Fair caught. and the
Fair
18.
catch
So
call
they're
for
sort of
Reading.
deep in their own territory.
Reading will take over the 19-yard line.
That was a great drive by Reading's defense there. Able to get off the field. You know, Winchester's been dominant in the run game tonight, especially in the first quarter, but we didn't really see it there. And you're able to get your offense the ball back with a chance to score. That's all you can really ask of the defense.
So far, injuries have been a key issue with Winchester's team. Because now, oh no, Nelson is actually out there. So that's good. He didn't take the offensive snaps at wideout, but it looks like he'll stay as the #1 corner lined up against Kalmanos. Little pitch to Bursey. Bursey gets to the edge, runs into his own
Bursey on the
man,
carry for
but he
Reading.
gets about 30 yards for Reading.
That is good for a Reading first down.
That's absolutely huge for Reading. We haven't really seen that big
Pushed
play
out of bounds by
from
Alex
them,
Mills.
but there you go right there. A 20-yard pickup by Reading. Some great blocking on the edge. Jack Vaughney was one player that in particular that laid a huge block that gave the running back a big lane.
Bursey has both of Reading's touchdowns so far, even if they were short carries. He is that goal line back, and he gets all the touches on the goal line. Murphy drops back, and he's got a man who isn't tackled. Now will be
Murphy's
combined
pass is complete.
to the 50-yard line. It's Zach Labriola, his first catch.
Labriola.
I think at this point we're kind of seeing that Reading wants to run the ball
Brought down
first,
by
but I
Ben Wilson.
love that play call
That's
from
going
the
to bring
Reading
up
coaching
second down
staff.
and 4 for the
Keep the defense
Rockets.
honest. Winchester's expecting run, but if you can string together a couple short passes, that could really be huge in advancing the ball down the field.
Second down and 4 for Reading. Murphy, and we get a whistle before the play. Laundry is on the field.
Offsides against Winchester.
So it's a defensive penalty that's going to kill Winchester. That'll give Reading a first down automatically. Under 2
It'll
minutes
be a
to go.
first down for Reading.
Reading's putting together a nice drive here, threatening Winchester.
Still down by a touchdown, but plenty of time left. Murphy. Screen pass. And near the first down marker goes Bobby Morris.
Murphy's pass is complete to Morris.
Yeah, you know, that's something I've said, but I think it's huge for Reading that they continue to
That's
show
gonna
the
bring up
run
second down and 1 for the Rockets.
and then pull it back and throw it. Winchester's reacting heavy to that run, wants to stop the run. And those passing lanes are opening up for Reading.
And another thing you got to remember is Winchester's defense is starting to have to stay out there for long periods of time, and defenses can get tired when you don't give them enough relief,
Yeah, absolutely.
especially if their offense continues to struggle on the next drive. And Reading's in the Wildcat. Looks like Bursey will take the snap. Murphy goes in motion. It's a handoff to Murphy, and Murphy's going to throw. And pass is broken up
Pass
by
defended
Nelson.
by
Kalmanos was the target, but Nelson
George
makes a great
Nelson.
diving play.
Extremely well defended by Winchester there. You see the Wildcat. Quarterback takes it on a little touch pass, but then opts to throw, which is something you never see, but Winchester is ready for it. And we get a big third down here.
3rd and 1 with those linemen and Bursey. I anticipate the run.
Third down and 1 for the Rockets.
Murphy behind the center, and now Michael Budietti will come in as a fullback. Here's Bursey, and Bursey's got the first down.
First down,
So
Reading.
Budietti just came in because we just noticed on the sideline, Andrew Jack Vaughney.
Both the end on that first down run.
Cramp, it appears almost. He's getting stretched out by a trainer on the sideline. Jack Vaughney's been the relief, not just tonight, but all season for Bursey. So Bursey's going to have to bear the brunt of the work for now. They also have fullback Rob Savia, but we haven't seen too much of him blocking. He hasn't gotten any skill position carries, only blocks, and now that brings up the end of the third quarter. So we'll start the fourth.
That's the end of
Reading
the
still
third
trail
quarter.
by 7, but they have 1st and 10, threatening Winchester in their territory.
Winchester's defense gets a much-needed break there with the end of the quarter. They've been out there for a while. I'm sure they're getting tired, especially considering the fact that in these previous weeks, Winchester's offense has taken long drives, running the football almost every play, which has really been big for the defense. Stay off the field, stay healthy. They're not getting fatigued, but here you see a long drive from Reading's offense. Hopefully, Winchester's defense can, kind of stay aggressive and not get fatigued and ran off the field.
No, Reading, their offense, they can really kill you in any way. The quarterback can run. The running backs are great. The offensive line is huge. The receivers are consistent. Even without Palm, the receiving corps has done a pretty good job today.
I think it all starts with the offensive line. When you have an offensive line like Reading has, the first thing you see is that run game. There's going to be holes everywhere. And then what happens is Winchester has to start adjusting, putting more guys in the box, which gives Murphy some great options in the passing game.
Handoff to Bursey. Bursey running for that edge. He has a one-on-one with Guida.
Flag on the play.
Makes a good play to push him out of bounds after a first down, but this could be coming back. There's a flag.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a receiver on that right side for Reading. Held Ben Wilson all the way. Didn't really give him a chance to make a tackle, so that's going to come back.
Against Reading.
Yep. So that's coming back. They'll repeat first down, and it'll be first down and longer when they decide where they want to spot the ball. If they want to spot the ball. The refs have been interesting all night. They've been taking their time, and they switched it up. Now they're saying it's a penalty on Winchester. They just called it a penalty on Reading. Now it's a penalty on Winchester, and Reading has a first down.
I think they're just picking up that flag saying, not a penalty anymore, which I certainly don't agree with. I saw a penalty all the way. But Reading entering the red zone here, so need to get points out of this.
Bursey will stay out there. Murphy drops back. Flush out of the pocket. He's looking for the end zone. And the pass is intercepted by Guida in the end zone. Winchester football at the 20.
Pass is intercepted.
That's absolutely massive
There is
for
a flag on the
Winchester.
play.
Unfortunately, that interception might not stand, but great play there by Joe Guida.
Jack Murphy on that interception for Winchester.
So the refs are having a discussion with the Winchester sideline to see what they want to do here. So it's likely
Sorry, Joe
a penalty on Reading.
Guida. Sorry.
Except the Reading
Winchester refusing the
defense does seem
penalty.
to be coming
Winchester
on the
ball.
field.
So it is Winchester football. It was a penalty on Reading, and Winchester's offense will come back out on the field. So there was no reason for that interception to have been thrown.
Yeah, I just don't really understand the thought process there. Winchester with really great coverage. When you got first down in the red zone, you got to ball security is number one most important thing. So you got to either pull that down or throw it away or something. But interception is really one thing you just can't have.
And it's first down. You don't have pressure. You can run for 2 yards, get a few yards, and continue on second down. He really tried to force that hero ball, and it cost him. He had a interception last week in that matchup against Darlington.
Eagle.
So turnover has really been a problem for Reading. Now a direct snap to Centerelli. He's got a lot of room, and he's still going down past midfield to the 45.
First down run for Winchester.
Surely now he's over 100 yards rushing.
Oh, he's got to be.
Pushed out of bounds by Reading, Zach
That's
Lindbergh.
an absolutely massive play for Winchester. You get the blocking on the outside, the edges set well. Centerelli runs through a massive hole and able to get some big yards there. Now Winchester's threatening to make this a 2-score ball game, which is massive when you're this late in the fourth quarter.
He has 2 touchdowns.
31-yard run
game.
for Zach
One was
for
on
Centerelli.
the goal line, and the other one was a 30-ish yard bomb before we hopped on the mic. Now here's Doucette. Trying to get to the outside, and he's
To
tripped
set on
up
the carry for Winchester.
before getting into that secondary. He almost was gone.
I think at this point in the game, you might be seeing some fatigue in Reading's defense. There's been massive holes all over the field this drive for Winchester, and I expect the run to continue.
Second down and 2 for the red and black.
Will stay as the quarterback with this trio of quarterbacks. We seem to be getting more quarterbacks here in Winchester every year.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have 3 great ones on the roster right now.
They all have different attributes. Santarelli has his size. O'Connell has his arm strength and accuracy.
I'd expect to see another run.
Low snap, but Santarelli trying to make the best of what he got. He tripped, but it looks like he's got the first down. Winchester.
First down, Winchester. Jack Santarelli on the run.
I think we're going to see Winchester run this ball all the way down to the end zone. There's no reason not to. Reading has had no answer for it. So, and the other thing that does is it runs down the clock, which if you can run this clock down and then get another score, you're putting Reading in a really tough spot.
And another thing to notice that Winchester isn't doing, most of their defensive players that play on offense are actually taking a bit of rest. So they got some newer faces to the offense right now. On the line especially. Here's Doucette for a couple of yards.
Doucette on the carry for Winchester.
Brian Harrison's been out there blocking
Stanford
a bunch.
on the tackle for Reading.
Only plays defense as a linebacker.
Second down and 6 for the
Yeah, I
red and
think,
black.
you're trying to see Coach Dembowski here rotate some guys in and out, keep guys fresh, especially as you get late in the season where health is the #1 most important thing, and you need to have guys healthy in order to win ball games.
Yeah, because there's only 2 more games. And next week they go to Lexington, and then the week after that, Arlington. And then after that, it's the playoffs. And with the team's already qualified for the playoffs, now it's just up to see how many wins they get and change the seeding. They could have potentially have a home game. Here's Santarelli keeping it himself.
Santarelli on the
Gets
keeper
2
for
yards.
Winchester.
Brings up 3rd down.
Those last 2 plays, the Reading defenses look better.
James
I
Donahue on the tackle for Reading.
They've been able to
Bring up
stop
3rd down
them,
and 2.
at least prevent them from getting the first down, and hopefully give themselves a chance to get the ball back at some point and stop a touchdown. Maybe a field goal here from Winchester, but that at least gives Reading a chance to get something back on offense and tighten the ball game.
So they call it 3rd and 2. Santarelli remains the quarterback.
I'd expect to see 2 runs in a row right here.
It's interesting because Santarelli also plays snaps on defense. Winchester has that 3-man motion again. Santarelli goes the other way in a bit of a misdirection, but the play is blown up by Buttieri once again. Reading's best defensive player continues his dominance on the line.
That's probably the biggest play for this
Buttieri on
Reading
the tackle for
defense all
Reading.
night. You have 3rd and 2, you're threatening, trying to get in the end zone. A first down would certainly give you a great chance to get a touchdown this drive, but you had a
4th down and
5-yard
7.
tackle for loss.
So
And
Core-
now it's tough to imagine Winchester would go for this.
Core's back on the field. He's attempting his 4th 50-plus yard field goal on the night.
Getting a core for the
1
field
for
goal.
3. This is unheard of in high school.
Yeah, I mean, that might be some kind of record. I don't think I've
Very
seen
few
one.
coaches will have this much faith in their kicker to kick not just one, but multiple 50-yarders. And this is going to be a 52, 1 short of the record he set earlier with that 53-yard bomb. Hold is down, kick is up, and it's well wide left.
No good.
So, a tough field
Reading
goal.
will take over on the
It
42-yard
looked like it
line.
had the distance, but he pushes it left.
Yeah, that last set of downs from Reading's defense looks even more important now. Winchester's threatening, getting the red zone, potentially put points on the board, but a string of huge plays gives Reading the ball back with the chance to put points on the board, hopefully tie this game if you're Reading.
Touchback. The ball be placed on the 20-yard line.
It looks like they will place the ball at the 20-yard line.
I've never heard of that. I always thought missed
that's
field goal,
interesting.
Reading gets the ball where
They did
snap
earlier
occurred.
on that earlier miss when the kick was blocked. So
I mean,
Jack Murphy
yeah.
with Bursey in the backfield. Here's the handoff to, no, it's Murphy keeps, but he's down right away.
Murphy on the carry.
There's
Yeah.
Brogan Salvietti there.
I don't know what to think of that play call. I think this run game from Reading's been kind of stale in the second half, and they really have an opportunity to move the ball through the
Now,
air
that
on
last tackle for
Winchester.
Winchester.
I know we've had an interception, but other than that, Murphy's looked pretty good throwing the ball. So
Murphy drops back. He's looking. He doesn't have anyone, so he's going to take off on his own. And he gets tackled
Murphy on the
about a yard
keeper.
short.
yeah, I like that play a lot better. You know, Murphy didn't see anyone downfield. Great coverage by Winchester, but is able to step up and evade the pressure and give Reading at least a chance to convert here in a short yardage situation.
Mills had the tackle. Now it's 3rd down and 1 for the Rockets. On that last third down and one, they got blown up and were forced to 4th down. We'll see what happens here. 6.5 to go, so Reading still has plenty of time to come back and tie this game up. But the only points so far this half have been that long touchdown to Nelson. Both offenses have struggled, or had their struggles. Here's a pitch to Bursey, trying to get to the edge, and Bursey, after the first contact, it looks like he's right on the line to gain. As far as I can see, that should be
First down.
And it is a Reading first down.
I mean, really not bad defense there by Winchester. They get to the outside
Bursey on that hard run for Reading.
to challenge Bursey at the first down marker, but when you're as big and as strong as he is, he's able to just kind of bowl through and get Reading a fresh set of downs.
Murphy has 2 receivers to his right and left. Bursey stays in the backfield. Jack Voney's still injured. Bursey. And no, it's catch is made by Labriola, and he gets 7 yards.
Murphy's pass is complete to
Little
Labriola.
sidearm throw from Murphy, like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that was a great play on first down. I think Winchester
4 yards.
maybe, I mean, a miscommunication in coverage, or they're just playing a soft zone, keeping the guys in front of them. But Murphy takes what the defense gives them, and able to get some yards, set up a 2nd down and 4.
And most of their receptions have been across the middle. It's a common theme when you look at teams' offenses versus Winchester. Here's Murphy trying to
Murphy on the
scramble.
keeper.
Doesn't get anywhere. Brian Harrison on the tackle there brings up 3rd down and 5.
I mean, Brian Harrison, he's a really big player for Winchester, playing that Mike linebacker role. But there, he sees the quarterback start to move up in the pocket and roll out, and he attacks
Harrison on that
him.
last tackle for Winchester.
Took the chains from Patty Galvin. Last year, Patty Galvin was that anchoring linebacker.
3rd down and 5 for the
Who led that
Rockets. You got an injured player on the field.
And we have an injury. It's Kamenos. So Reading now loses their number 1 and their number 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might limit what you do here with the top 2 receivers down, but on 3rd and 5, I really do think you have to throw it, especially
That
at this point in
reception
the game.
on first down was Labriola. We'll see if he targets Labriola there. And Jack Voney is also still on the sideline, I believe. So both teams really suffering through injuries right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Komenos' replacement is number 20, Jamal Palmer.
And now we get a timeout from Winchester.
Timeout on the field.
Oh,
Sorry, 4 minutes.
oh no,
4-minute warning.
it's the Phantom 4-minute warning that we've never heard of before tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where that's coming. Maybe that's just this crew wants to do that, but
Yeah, some high school ref crews are different, but this is a strange crew.
yeah, for sure.
Here's Murphy on first down, drops back. It's a little screen pass, and it's dropped.
Murphy's pass is incomplete.
Oh, and that's Jack Voney. So
Intended
that's
for
good
Jack
Reading.
Voney.
Jack Voney's back on the field, but he's unable to hang on. But he wasn't going anywhere. That didn't fool anyone.
No,
4th
I
down.
mean, the blocking set up well for Reading, but I think that's just a tough call when Murphy's rolling out right and then has to throw across his body.
And they're going for it here.
I think you have to with
On fourth down,
3:52
under
left.
4 to go. Yeah, 3:52, like you said.
I mean, you know, if you give Winchester back the ball, they're just going to run this clock all the way down. So,
And if they get a touchdown, another touchdown, it's a 2-score game. It's almost over.
right.
So this is a huge play for the Rockets. It's a low snap. He steps back. The pressure's coming. He'll get to the outside, and he gets near the first down marker. We'll see
flag
the
on the
ball.
play.
And now there's a flag.
I mean,
What is that?
that might be a late hit out of bounds. I don't know. The Winchester
he
coaching
was
staff's
short.
furious.
He was definitely short there. There's no question about it. He's
Yeah.
short. But we'll see what the flag was about. They're talking to the Winchester coaches.
Yeah,
Oh,
unnecessary roughness there.
It's a foul on Winchester. What? Now I'm just confused.
So he gave the sign that there was a personal foul, but then pointed that it would be Winchester's ball. So, I
So
mean,
there was a late hit, but it was a dead ball foul after the play, so he did not get the first down.
So the explanation
Winchester
is
takes over
the
on
foul
down.
happened after the play was over, so they'll enforce the penalty, so they'll push Winchester back, but it's Winchester ball. They got the stop. Away section not happy with that call.
yeah. It's now or never for Reading's defense. I mean, 3:43 left. Winchester's got the ball. You know they're going to run it. The question is, can you stop it?
Key for Winchester is to get to the outside and try to avoid that inside line.
Yeah, I mean,
with
they've
their
had
size.
success doing that, whether that's Centarelli on the quarterback keeper or even Doucette on some handoffs that are meant to be sweeps outside. They've been getting to the edge and getting yardage. So I
They
assume
had
that's
that
what we're
one
going to see.
successful jet sweep earlier to Nelson with his speed. It looks like Centarelli will remain the quarterback. 3:43 to go. Centarelli takes it himself. And he gets a good chunk of yards.
Pettorelli on the carry for Winchester. Brought down by Ryan Fitzgerald of Reading.
As long as that Winchester offensive line holds up and stays strong, you're going to
Second
see
down and 6 for the
Winchester
red and black.
pick up about 5 yards every play. When Centarelli gets that head of steam, he's definitely tough to bring down. And he falls forward there. So big 4-yard pickup.
And the clock's running.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you're Reading, you might even think about timeouts coming up here.
If they get a stop here, no doubt they'll call a timeout. Centarelli, Doucette in the backfield, trying to burn as much clock as possible. He'll take it now.
Stay outside.
And he's trying to fight for yardage. He gets about 3, and that'll bring up 3rd down and short. And Reading's not calling a timeout here. They're letting the clock run. So that's interesting. Clock management is always very important at every level of football.
Yeah,
You need time.
I think if you're Reading, you got to get him here. But if you allow this first down, then maybe you have one more
Third
set of
down,
downs
3 for the red and
before
black.
Winchester can just run out the clock. So it's really, you got to get it here.
If they get 1 or 2 yards, no doubt in my mind that they'll go for it. But if they're stopped at the line, Reading could get the ball back with a lot of time left. Now they'll do that Winchester 3-man motion play, which they run a lot to try to confuse the defense. It's a pitch to Doucette. Doucette gets absolutely nowhere, dragged down behind the line of scrimmage at the 49.
Donahue on the carry. The
Sean
Deemer on the
Crowley
tackle for
made the
Reading.
big play there. And the punt team will come on.
Timeout Reading.
So Reading now calls a timeout with 2:05 to go. So they'll have 2 minutes to march down the field to tie this game up. You think we're going to overtime potentially? Oh no, they do ties.
I'm not a fan of that. But, I mean, that Reading defensive play was one of the biggest that you've probably seen all season from them. 3rd and 3. Winchester's threatening to run out the clock, and you get into the backfield and force a huge loss.
So O'Connor is actually going to, it looked like he lined up before the timeout as the punter. So Core stays on the sideline for this big play.
Yeah, this is definitely a huge punt because if you're Winchester, you have the opportunity to pin Reading, on the 10-yard line, on the 5-yard line, at least inside the 20. But if this punt goes awry, then Reading at least has a much better chance to score just with the starting field position.
Something to think about for that Reading offense. Komenos is still being stretched out by the trainer, so I don't think he'll be ready to go. So they still don't have their. Now he gets up, but he looks shaken up. O'Connor, kick is up. It'll take a Winchester bounce and keep rolling. And they'll let it roll all the way down to the 12-yard line. So that's where Reading will start. They need to go 88
Winchester
yards
downs it on the
in a
11-yard
minute and 51
line.
seconds if they want to tie this football game up.
I don't think you can ask for a much better punt than that. Right down to the 12-yard line, pin Reading in against their own end zone. They got a minute 50 here to make something happen. Otherwise, Winchester's going to come away with the win.
If Reading does score a touchdown, we haven't seen them attempt any field goals yet tonight. So they could hypothetically go for 2 and win the game.
Yeah, maybe that's just a go big or go home situation. they've had success on the 2-point conversion, so why not do it to win it?
So, looks like Cominos will stay on the sideline. And they'll have Jack Bonney line up as a wide receiver. Bursey in the backfield. Murphy steps back. He's got pressure, gets rid of it, and it's caught. So there was pressure in his face. It looked like he was going to lose yardage, but he gets a pass complete to Zach Lindmark. 1:38 to go. Clock runs.
That's a big play there from Reading. I mean, if he takes that sack, you really have no breathing room, and it's a second down and long.
Snaps
so
low,
that's
steps
big.
back. Pressure's coming. Doucette is there. Pass across the middle. It hits the ground.
Murphy's pass is incomplete.
He wanted Jack Bonney, but with the pressure in his face, he can't hit him.
I think Murphy really has an opportunity here to make something happen with his legs. We're seeing man coverage across the board from Winchester, so if those Reading receivers can get deep down the field, there's going to be a lot of green grass in between the defense and Murphy if he could possibly get out of the pocket.
Palmer on the outside against Nelson. In a one-on-one. Jack Bonney in the backfield. 3rd and 5. 1:22 to go. Reading down by 7, trying to tie the game up. It's a handoff to Jack Bonney. And Jack Bonney will get the first down, but the clock
First down, Reading.
1:15 to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough play call, right? Because you probably have the most faith in your run game, and they got the first down for you, but now you have a running clock.
And they called a timeout.
Injury timeout on the field.
There's an injury, though. Could that be another Reading wide receiver?
It looks like Jack Bonney is the one who's down. That would be a big loss there for Reading, especially in the final drive here when you need a score.
So yeah, Jack Bonney, he went down a little earlier with an injury, and now he's off again with injury. So injuries killing Reading. Cominos is still on that sideline. Doesn't look like he will return for the night. And
Now the clock's running here.
1:15 to go for Reading, 1st and 10. Murphy drops back, pressure's coming. Can't get to him, Murphy gets the pass off, and it's incomplete. Pass is deflected. A diving play made by safety Joe Guida. That brings up 2nd down and 10.
I mean, great pass break up there. Able to stop Reading advancing the ball. And I think if you're Reading, you see Winchester going to bring pressure, so you got to do something about that. Maybe it's the short game.
Either on the pass defense
Maybe
on
it's
that last play.
you're chipping a tight end or you're leaving a running back into block, but you got to keep your quarterback with a clean pocket if you want to be able to do anything here.
From the right hash. 1:07 to go. Still down by a touchdown.
And they still got to go 76 yards.
Murphy
So.
rolls to his left. Looking. He throws downfield, and it's
Murphy's
through the
pass is
hands.
incomplete.
He was looking for Labriola. Didn't hit him.
Send it to
That's 2
Zach
times in a
Labriola.
row where he was unable to hit Labriola, and that brings up 3rd down.
Winchester defense done a great job in this drive. You know, the one thing you can't allow is a big play, and they've kept
They're down to
guys
10
in
for
front
the
of them.
Rockets.
They're giving Reading, looks for 10 or 5-yard completions, but at the end of the day, that won't really do anything when you have a minute to go 75 yards.
So huge 3rd down for Reading. Minute left in the game. If they don't convert here, it's game over.
Yeah,
next
you
two
got
downs.
2 cracks at it.
It's a screen pass to deal with that pressure. And Bursey can't get the first down. Gets about 7 yards. The clock will run.
Murphy's pass is complete to
And Reading
Bursey.
will call their final timeout.
Yeah,
Timeout Reading. That
I
will bring up a 4th down
I
for
see
the
why you
Rockets.
would call a screen pass there. You want to get a couple yards to at least make it a 4th and manageable. But when you throw that screen pass and you get tackled inbounds, you're burning clock. So it's really Reading's in a tough spot.
52 seconds to go in the game. 4th and 4 for Reading. No timeouts left. And one thing to think about, just like in college, when you get the first down, the clock stops.
Yeah, that's huge. So, you want to push the ball downfield if you're Reading. 10-yard completions, that'll be great because you get the first down, you get yourself 10 yards, and you stop the clock. But when you're throwing it short of the sticks every time, it's tough to get first downs.
So here's the game. 4th down and 4 for Reading. They have to convert, or it's over. Crowd starts to make some noise.
Yeah, I think if you're Reading here, you look over the middle, but you got to throw it past the sticks.
Murphy in the shotgun with Bursey as they switch up the play.
This is it.
Murphy drops back, looking to his right. Here comes the pressure. He escapes the pocket. He doesn't have a receiver. It's incomplete. Winchester takes over on downs.
Winchester's
and that will
ball.
be the ball game.
Yep, absolutely nothing there for Murphy. You know, Winchester again running man across the board like they have this whole drive, but you know, all the receivers were blanketed. Pressure in his face, had nothing to do. Winchester will take over and he'll be able to take 2 knees here and get out of here with a win.
So Winchester will improve to 5-1 on the year. Reading will fall to 1-5. Reading next week goes on to play at Lexington. Winchester's at Arlington. Reading beat Arlington last week, and Arlington been one of the weaker programs in the last few years. Winchester's owned Arlington, so won't be surprised if Winchester wins next week.
Yeah, definitely a manageable game for them and hope to build some momentum here as they start rolling towards the playoffs.
Reading should also be able to bounce back against Lexington, who's also not been historically that great at football. And we'll see what happens with this Winchester football team.
Wish Maureen Pimental happy birthday.
Yeah, you know, Reading's got a really solid team. I just think, you know, when you're starting in a whole 16-0, it's really tough to get out of that. And so I think next week they got to, you know, limit the turnovers. Interception, you get a fumble, bad snap, which drive killer instantly. So hopefully.
And even with all the penalties that Winchester took, no turnovers in the night.
Right, which is huge. That's how you win football games. You keep
And
the ball out of the opponent's hands.
That
Football game,
officially
ladies
does
and
it.
gentlemen.
Winchester wins the game 23-16. Thank you for watching.